Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Grade 8 Events. I'm your host, Delaney Hall. So glad to be back with you. It's almost June, so can't believe that. We have a great selection of events happening this week, but I do have a special guest this week. You may not see her in front of the TV, but she is so vital to how we operate in the morning. So I want to bring in my producer and my pal, Mary Catherine.
Oh my gosh, hey.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
So you actually, we bond a lot over the fact that you're actually from the area.
Yes.
So tell the people, like, you're just a little bit about your background.
Sure. I'm from Hopewell, born and raised, proud Hopewellian. I still live there. I adore it. It's just like small town vibes. My family has a grocery store there, so just really community based, and that's what kind of got me into community news, local news, and I love it.
So if you ever see a Hopewell story
It's
in the morning news, it's from America.
100%.
In the best way.
100%.
And we love it. We love the representation. But I love talking about events with people that are from here because I think they really get the essence of what it's all about. When you're embedded in this community your entire life, you have a great understanding of what's going on. So the first big event that I want to talk about is the Richmond Greek Festival. It's returning for its 47th year. I want to bring in some photos from years past. So if you've ever been to the Greek Festival, it's down at St. Constantine and Helen Greek Orthodox Cathedral. That's on Malvern Avenue in Richmond. Today is the first day. It actually, the doors opened 9 minutes ago at 11 o'clock. It runs through 9 p.m. today. Then Friday, Saturday from 11 to 10, Sunday from 12 to 6. And you're going to find all your classic Greek handmade dishes. This was, I believe, from last year. You can see just how packed it is under those tents. Authentic dancing, authentic music. There's also an Agora marketplace, which I believe is marketplace in Greek, with local vendors selling items. I remember there's always like an olive oil vendor, which is like authentic, Greece or Greek olive oil, which is pretty cool. Sanctuary tours, which if you've never been to that sanctuary, they just got new iconography installed last year. So the sanctuary is gorgeous. And every time I go in there, they're so passionate about teaching me about all the saints that they have around painted there. So it's pretty beautiful. So this has been a staple in, that's what you had. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so backtrack. I just cut myself off. So we had a photographer go to the Greek Festival right before the doors opened for our 9 o'clock show. And they were so sweet and gave us some pastries. And Mary Catherine, what caught your eye?
This little, looked like an egg roll, like wrapped in stringy things, covered in something. I was like, yes.
And it was
that
good?
is delicious.
Okay,
it was delicious. It was like moist, but also had a little crunch to it.
Yeah.
It was yummy. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, I don't want to butcher it, but I think it's katafi.
Katafi?
I don't know. I don't want to butcher
close.
it, but the baklava obviously is a fan favorite. Everything you get there is delicious, and it's all handmade by the parish there, which is pretty incredible. Talking to Father Nicholas there, he talks how there's 4 generations at the church, and of course that help with the festival. So you have the teeny tiny ones that you see dressed up in costumes, dancing. And then he says a lot of the older folks like to do the desserts, and it's so cool. I feel like it's recipes passed down. But you were telling me too. There was a Greek festival in Hopewell?
There was for years and years growing up. I think the last one I went to was when I was 16. So that was 2015, 2016. And it's same vibes. I mean, looking at the pictures, it was at a much smaller church, but it was always packed to the walls, people standing up eating. There was an outdoor area with lights strung up and music. And we would do the dancing. We would all hold hands and do the dancing together. And it was so lovely. And I miss it every day. And I've never been to the Richmond one because we always had the Hopewell one.
Right.
And then just going to college and stuff kind of fell off, but I would love to go. And I think this weekend might be my chance to get there.
Yes.
So.
And if you can make it there in person, because I know we've been talking, or, Tyler's been talking about how it's kind of, the weather doesn't look that great, at least tomorrow. They do have a drive-through option, which is pretty great. So as long as supplies last, you can head there. I was speaking to Andrea Baker. She's a big volunteer there. She says mostly for the first 3 days, you should be okay. Sunday just maybe a little dicey just for the drive-through. So check the website to see their availability, and that should tell you, what they have left available. But speaking of Andrea, I spoke with her earlier this week. A big part of this festival is a portion of the proceeds go to a different charity. every single day. So let's listen in on who the partners are this year.
Thursday, we're benefiting Elijah House Academy, Richmond Habitat for Humanity. On Friday, it is Little Hands, Virginia. On Saturday, Crossover Healthcare Ministry, and on Sunday, Goochland Cares. And Delaney, you know I've told you so many times, the first check that we write is the checks for our charities. And we feature them. This is my most favorite committee I've ever been on, is festival charities, because these are small charities that are located in Central Virginia, and we'd love to give back to them because of their work they do.
So that was Andrea Baker. And speaking of local ties, because Mary Catherine, you and I have so many stories about this, she is the mother of my 9th grade social studies teacher.
Oh my gosh, small world.
Yeah, so Mr. Baker.
Oh,
how you doing?
shout out to Mr. Baker.
Yeah, I actually see him and you know, and then their family every year at the festival, which is pretty
cool.
So yeah, that is the Richmond Greek Festival. Also, if you're heading down there, there's no designated parking. Just park around the church. Again, it's on Malvern Avenue downtown. So just be mindful of all the neighbors who are very gracious in letting you know, festival.
Is the
goers.
wait normally long, Delaney?
The wait?
I know you go a lot.
Honestly, not really. It just depends on when you go. Talking to Andrea, she says the best time to go is like late morning, early afternoon on like Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
So it just depends. Obviously, I think if you probably go like Saturday at like lunch and dinner time, you're probably gonna get a rush. We have found our little spot that we always park at. And you know, you just wait in line for 10 minutes, but it's worth it because it's all delicious. Yeah, so that is the Richmond Greek Festival. So, Mary Catherine, at this point, we have our handy dandy list, which I will press right now.
Amazing.
And this has other events that are happening this weekend that we can talk about. So, the Ultimate Dinosaurs exhibit opens at the Science Museum of Virginia on Saturday. This is a traveling exhibit. It's on display through September 1st. You do need an extra ticket to get in, so you can get those at the Science Museum of Virginia website, so that's smv.org. Now, Mary Catherine, we were talking, you have been to the Science Museum.
I love the Science
Museum.
Really? I love the exhibits that are like interactive.
Yes.
And you can like run and see how fast you run, or like, you know,
still
hit a
have that
ball
there.
or something, or
Yeah.
like spin around or slow motion, anything to just like, it's so captivating. I love it. And I'm not a science girly. Like,
Yeah, I'm not
I got
either.
into journalism because to science.
Right.
But
Right.
I do enjoy going and just like interacting with things. So
I think it brings out the kid in everyone, too.
yeah,
You know,
and
that's, I think,
dinosaurs bring out the kid in everyone. Who
Very much
doesn't
so.
love to just like look at that and be like, that was real? What?
Right.
So,
And you said something interesting, interactive. So this is a totally interactive exhibit. It brings dinosaurs to life. You'll see augmented reality, lots of hands-on activities, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so that's opening on Saturday. And again, you do need an extra ticket to get into that part of the exhibit because it is traveling. Okay. Next on the list is Chesterfield Outdoor Fest at Chesterfield County Fairgrounds on Saturday afternoon. This is for anyone who loves the outdoors, or maybe you don't love the outdoors. This is a good chance to learn about something that you could love about the outdoors. So this is from noon to 5. The second annual fest is presented by the Academy Sports and Outdoors Midlothian. It's totally family friendly, and again, showcases outdoor activities that you could do in Chesterfield. Now, I know you live in Hopewell. I live in Henrico. So I know for myself, I don't necessarily know about all the activities you could do in Chesterfield, if that makes sense. You know?
I did read on their Facebook that they have like archery that you can try,
Yes.
and there's going to be dog jumping,
Yes.
which will be fun. We just saw that at River Rock, and people love to see a dog jump. I
Yes.
love to see a dog jump.
love to see a dog
I
jump.
want to see them jump after their little toy. So it sounds fun.
And I will add, Mary Catherine, she writes, she's our producer, so she writes all the scripts for our shows. And so I was naming all of the things that we're going to talk about. And she's like, oh yeah, I had that in the show. Oh yeah, I know what that is. So it's very refreshing to talk to someone who
I know what's happening.
you
here.
know everything. On top of the Ultimate Air Dog shows, like she mentioned, there's BMX shows, there's a 5K, a 1 mile run, a dog 5K, live music, live demos, food trucks, that kind of thing. If you want to go to experiencechesterfield.com, it has the entire list of or schedule of events. When the live music is happening, I think because there's every couple of like, hours, 30 minutes, there's like a different activity. So you can check that out on experiencechesterfield.com. All right. Last on the list is the Maymont Mile of Music, which will feature live performances for free on Sunday. So this is the 5th annual Mile of Music that Maymont is putting on. It's from 2 to 5. Basically, 6 different ensembles from the Richmond Symphony will be placed around the park. And I was actually going to bring up the map of this. So let me do that. I was just having too much fun chit-chatting. I get to pull it up. Let's see. Oh, here it is. It's like, what's going on? Okay, so I want to bring in, this is the map of where they're going to be, which is pretty cool. Each ensemble is going to perform twice, I believe every 30 minutes. It would be like a different one playing. And you can see it's around the Carriage House lawn, the Italian Garden, Mansion lawn, all kinds of different things. You're going to find a variety of different musicians. So violin quartet, brass, three-string trio, wind quartet, that kind of thing. So this is a good, and the bathroom's right in the middle. They really thought of everything. So as far as parking, you can park at the Historic Estate entrance, which is on Hampton Street, the Robbins Nature Center on Shields Lake Drive, or at Maymont Farm at Spotswood Road. Again, this is free and open to the public. So you do not have to pay. You do not have to register. You can just show up. You can bring your chairs, your blankets, of course, your walking shoes. If you're going to do the whole mile, leave your coolers and pets at home. And Mary Catherine, I don't know if you knew this, but when I was in middle school, I was first chair flautist. And yes, it is called flautist.
I know that because my mom played the piccolo and the flute. She was also a flautist.
Does she still play?
She does not, but she's very musical. She has a beautiful voice. She sings. Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't play either. And there's no way I could be in the Richmond Symphony because they do.
No, but have you ever been to a symphony, like a concert?
I don't think, not in a long time. Have
It
you?
will make you cry.
Really?
It is beautiful. My mom got like a season pass one year and we went a couple times with different people because she had like 4 tickets every time. And oh my gosh, I like music, but I'm never someone who like seeks it out. I love to listen to podcasts. I love to chit chat. Like that's more of my vibe. But I went with her a few times and it was beautiful. So to go see it for free, and to be outside,
next to like Italian
Maymont,
gardens,
like that sounds like a dream. I remember reading about this event like last week or something. I was like, that sounds just like magical.
Yeah, very magical. And what I like too about the Richmond Symphony is they do classical music, but they also do like the scores with Harry Potter with the movie in the background and like Avatar, which is pretty cool.
I'm going in October, I think, to hear Stardew Valley. The soundtrack of Stardew Valley. It's a game that you can play on your Switch. And you're just Alfred, my fiance Alfred and I play it. We're farmers. And we have a farm and we have chickens and we make mayonnaise and we make pies.
You make mayonnaise?
Yeah, because our chickens make eggs and then we put the eggs in the mayonnaise maker. We sell it. And it's so cute. So I surprised him for his birthday or Christmas last year with tickets. So we're going in October.
See, that's so niche, but that's such a great gift. And
you're
going to find so many other people that are obsessed with that game like you guys are. Oh,
it's going to be so fun.
The mayonnaise. Oh, that's the best. Well, I can't guarantee there's going to be mayonnaise at the Mile of Music. But again, that is on Sunday at Maymont from 2 to 5. But that's all the events that I got. Mary Catherine, got anything else?
I wish I had a Hopewell plug to give. But
I know. Well, next week if you want to join me, we can make sure we got a Hopewell plug.
Let's get a Hopewell plug in there. Let's do it.
As always, if you have an event.
Actually, is today Thursday? Mm-hmm. There's a farmer's market in Hopewell tonight. Go to it. Library Street. Go. Boom.
We need to add it to the list.
5
Is it every Thursday?
to 7. Yes, I believe every Thursday.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the plug.
You're welcome.
Like Mary Catherine, if you have an event that you want us to know about, send us an email at news@wrec.com. We'd love to hear about it. We also do live interviews on our show 8 News at 9 that Mary Catherine produces. So if you have an event you'd like to talk about on TV with us, send us an email at interview@wrec.com and we'll see if it's a good fit for our show. But for now, we will say see you later and hope you have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.